YouTube channel. My name is Bangladesh Precious Udusola and you're watching Toti Precious. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for staying tuned to my channel. If this is your first time watching my video, thank you so much for coming to watch my video. I trust that the Lord blesses you as you watch through this channel. And if this is not your first time watching my video, thank you very much for coming back to watch my video. I trust that you've been blessed by it, and that is why you are able to come back. And I would like you to share, I'd like you to subscribe, I'd like you to like and make your comment. I'll be expecting to see your comment in the comment section below. Alright, so let's just get right into what we have for today. So today I'm just going to tell you a story. It's not necessarily a story, but I'm just going to talk to you or gist you or tell you my experiences as a Jesus couple. Yeah, staying in SCCF family house. Yes, I think when I got to Calabar after orientation camp and all, immediately I got to family house, I felt like I could not stay. I felt like I could not stay in family house because of how the activities can be. It's either from one activity to the other, like that, every single day. I know I might have experienced something similar, but not after I left secondary school, one. And number two is, even if it was necessarily so that I've experienced something like that, not all the time, right? Probably a day in a week, or like 3 days in a week, or like, I don't know if you get me, but not a thing of every single day. Like, it means I'm meant to be going through all of these activities for a whole year. So I never saw myself doing that actually. So immediately I got to Calabar, I was looking for my PPA, knowing fully well that my PPA has accommodation. So I was trying all my best just to leave the family house. And yes, I did. I left family house in I got to Calabar November, right? November 21st. Yes. And I left family house that year. That's December, because I didn't come back in January. I didn't come to family house in January. I went directly to my PPA. But on getting to my PPA, I just felt the need to come back, right? Okay, there are many stories around this, but then I would just bring, just for the sake of the lesson that I want to discuss that was learned. That is what I'm going to, I'll just paraphrase. For the sake of the lesson I want to tell you about, I'm just going to summarize what the story is about. Alright, so on getting to family house January, I didn't have the intention of staying in family house, right? So just because I just knew that at that point I needed to be in family house, I would always come. And guess what? I said that I could not stay in family house, but somehow I feel like I spent the whole of my service here in family house. Now, what's the reason for all of this story is that, yeah, so many times where we would have to learn, where we would have to grow, where we would have to, you just need to leave your comfort zone so that you can grow, really. Because many times, those times, especially in the early time where I had to stay in family house, I knew I had no choice than to be productive, and so because of that, I just learned to maximize the little time that I had when there were no activities. And so it just made me to realize that I can actually do more. So many times when we're in our comfort zone, we just tend to be relaxed, we just tend to do things leisurely. Even with the so much time that we have, we still do not do so much. But in a case where you realize that, oh, if you do not do so much at a time, it's most likely that you are not able to accomplish anything in your life. You'd realize that you would want to maximize that little time that you have so that you can get something, like you can be productive with your life, kind of. So I think one of those things that family house taught me was to learn how to maximize the little time that I have, because let's just say family house can be choked up with a lot of activities. definitely not bad activities, they are good ones, right? But then there are just times that you feel like, okay, you need your time to yourself, you have things to do, blah 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 and blah. Yeah, and so instead of just dragging matters, you could just, that's, I think I've already said one aspect of what I learned, right? Now the other aspect to it, which is not just that, but there are many other things I learned, but just these two that I want to talk about, right? I already talked about coming out of your comfort zone and doing what you are meant to do so that you get to be productive, right? And at the same time, I think family, the whole scenario and all just made me to, or taught me to lean more on God, to be more dependent on God rather than trying to do things my way. Okay, when I got to the family house, I was like, oh, I cannot stay here, blah blah blah. But thank God for the gift of the Holy Spirit. I was able to come back right. I was able to do that which you would want me to do, and at the end of the day, I'm not regretting any of my actions. Why? Because somehow I just learned to obey through the period. So it is very good that we are able to obey the voice of the Lord at every point in time. And now obeying the voice of God doesn't necessarily mean that it would speak once and that's it. No, there are many times you just need to keep on asking God based on, okay, you told me to do this, how am I meant to do it? Okay, you God already told you that this is how you are meant to do it. At every junction you are meant to carry him along and say, okay, Lord, I've done this, what else am I meant to do? Okay, Lord, I've done this, is this the real thing or should I press further? Oh Lord. So it's just more like carrying God along in the journey of your life. Yes, really. The fact that, okay, I knew that God wanted me to be in Portugal is a different thing completely to, oh, He wants me to be in Calabar, and it's a different thing completely to, oh, it is NCCF house I have to stay at this point in time. It's very possible that I will be in Calabar, right, and I would not stay in family house, and which means that which you would want me to learn in this season, I would not be able to learn it, right? So in as much as we are obeying the voice of God, we should try as much as possible with the help of the Holy Spirit that we are not being partial in our obedience to God, but we totally obey the voice of the Lord. I know that obeying the voice of the Lord sometimes can be very difficult because it's usually not funny, right? It's usually more like a pain to us, but then that's the best thing that we can do as an individual, really. So we should learn to come out of our comfort zone, and at the same time we should also learn to obey the voice of the Lord part time, and not just to obey him but to ask for instructions part time, and yeah, that's it. SCCF was a place of making. It was truly a place of making. It was a place where there were a gift of people. Yes, I will talk about Calabar. I think in one of my videos I talked about Calabar, right? And in that video I think majority of things that I talked about Calabar were not good things, but really NCCF made it a place where I could think back and say, oh, my experience in Calabar was really good. Like, it was an amazing experience. Why? Because of my experience in NCCF house, the people I met, the whole thing, really, it was an amazing experience, and I'm grateful to God for the journey there in Calabar. Yes, the experiences there, and I think from everything I've just said, you're able to learn one or two things. If you did not hear anything, just know that it is very good that we come out of our comfort zone, and when we come out of our comfort zone, we get to be more productive. I hope you were blessed checking through the video. I trust God to bless you as well as you listen to the video. You decide to watch it over and over again. I trust God to bless you for each time that you watch it. Alright, bye, and see you in my next video.